Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my second lesson of exercise 9.1 PTB class 9 science group, and the topic is introduction to coordinate geometry and distance formula. In this class, students will be learning and discussing question number 2 of the exercise, and I hope that you have watched the previous lesson and you have understood the lesson properly, because these all lessons are one of the important lessons of your Lahore board and Punjab board examination. So these questions can come in short questions, so you have to watch these all questions properly and understand them. So let's move to question number 2, and let me read the question from the book. Question 2 says that let the point P be on x-axis, point P be on x-axis with x coordinate A, and y and Q be the point on y-axis with y coordinate B. Okay, here these two are the important points, that P is the point on which axis, on x-axis with the x coordinate A. Okay, and Q is the point on y-axis with y coordinate B. So it's important to understand the meaning of this term. If point P is on x-axis, we know that when any point is on x-axis, this is my x-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is y-axis, this is y-axis. When any point is on x-axis, its y value will be 0. So P is on x-axis and P has the x coordinate A. So the coordinates of point P will be equal to, P will have the value A with 0, and Q is on which axis, students? Q is on y-axis, and when any point is on y-axis, we know that its y value will be 0. So the coordinates of Q will be 0 with B. I hope this is the point that we need to clear, that if P is the point on which axis, x-axis, then what will be the coordinates of that point? Because for the distance formula we need 2 points, x1 y1 and x2 y2, and if Q is the point on y-axis, then what will be the coordinates of Q, between which we have to find the distance. So if P has the coordinates A and 0, and A has the value 9, so P will take the form 9 and 0, and Q will take the form what, 0 with 7. This is the technical point that you need to understand. If this point is clear, then the question will be easy for you. And then we have to find the distance between what? Distance between P and Q. You must support your working with reasons and formula to get full marks, PQ, and this will become x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. And now I hope if you have watched and understood the previous lesson, you are clear that the coordinates of first point are x1 y1 and the coordinates of second point are x2 and y2, and never write the y value in the beginning. This is also one of the common mistakes. x2 minus x1, which will give me 0, minus 9 whole square plus 7 minus 0 whole square, square root. 0 minus 9 is 9 square, 9 square plus 7 square. At this stage you should have the good command on the squares and square roots. Okay, minus square of minus sign will become positive, and 9 square is 81 plus 7 square is 49, and this will take the form 9 and 1 10, 8 and 4 12, and 1 13, 130. So the distance PQ equals to 130 square root 130 units. All of the parts are important, so don't miss any part of the lesson, because if you will be missing any part of the lesson will be difficult for you. Okay, now in the B part, A has the value 2 and B has the value 3, and we know that A is actually what, students? A is actually P, and where is P? P is on which axis? Okay, recall. P is on x-axis, and if P is on x-axis, then what will be the coordinates of P? P will have the coordinates 2 and 0, 2 and 0, and Q will have the coordinates, and where is Q? Q is on y-axis, 0 with 3, and the reason is point on x-axis, point on x-axis, point on y-axis, point on y-axis. You must have to support your working with small statements and reasons, so that examiner can understand your message. Now recall, students, what is the formula for finding the distance? D equals to PQ, and we have to take the absolute value of this, and here we have to write down the formula, that square root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and we have to put this sum of the square differences of x and y under the square root. And now x2 0 minus 2, 0 minus 2 whole square plus 3 minus 0 whole square, 0 minus 2 and 3 minus 0, 0 minus 2 will be giving me minus 2 square plus 3 square. This is 2 square is 4 plus 9, which is equal to 13, square root 13. So the distance between the points P and Q is 13 units. And moving to C part, A has the value minus 8 and 0, and B has the value 6. Okay, recall, students, always try to read and reread the question, that A is the value of P, and P is on which axis? P is on x-axis, and if P is on x-axis, this is my x-axis and this is y-axis. If P is on x-axis, then what will be the coordinates of this point? It will have y value 0, P will have the coordinates minus 8 and 0, and Q will have the coordinates 0 with 6. And why 0 with 6? I am repeating again and again, so that it should become clear to my students that point P is on x-axis and point Q is on y-axis. So I have to write the small reason as well. Point on x-axis, and point on which axis, students? Point on y-axis. Now recall the formula, that D equals to PQ. This is 0 with 6. Let me write on the formation properly. Okay, the formula is the square root of sum of the squared differences between x coordinates and y coordinates, y2 minus y1 whole square. The lesson is equally important for my O-level students as well, because this is also one of the important concepts of your O-level examination. And now if you find difficulty in what is x1 and what is x2, x1 y1, x2 y2, and this will take the form 0 minus 8 whole square plus 6 minus 0 whole square. Okay, minus multiplied by minus will become positive. This will become 0 plus 8 whole square plus 6 minus 0 is 6 square, and 0 plus 8 is 8 square plus 6 square. Now recall the squares of 8 and 6. This is 64 plus 36, and when I am adding 6 and 4 is 10, 6 and 3 9 and 1 10, 100, and 100 is a perfect square. I have to write it. I have to think about the number whose square is 100, that is 10 square raised to power 1 by 2. This goes with this, and 10. So the answer for this question is 10 units. And moving to the next part, in the fourth part, A value is minus 2 and B value is minus 3. First we have to turn this information in form of the points, and as we know from the question that A is actually P, and P is on which axis? P is on x axis. So the coordinates of P are minus 2 and 0, and coordinates of Q are 0 with minus 3. And the reason is that point on x axis and point on y axis, and now write down the formula. Students, hurry up. I know you are clear about the formula. Distance PQ equals to x2 minus x1 whole square, square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to take the difference between the x values. This will become 0 minus 2 square plus minus 3 minus 0 square. This will become positive. This is 0 plus 2 square plus 3 minus 0, or minus 3 minus 0 is 3 with negative sign. Okay, this will become 2 square plus minus 3 square will become positive 3. This is okay, let me write it 3 square because I've written 2 with square under the root, and this is 4 plus 9, and which will give me 13 square units. I hope students you are really clear about the condition that when point is on x-axis, what are the coordinates of that point, and when point is on y-axis, what are the coordinates of that point, and how to find the distance between 2 points. And let's move to the next 3 parts, and don't miss that class because that involves one of the question that has the square root on that. So I'll be teaching you, helping you how to solve such situations. Thank you very much.